Alright, so where did we leave off last time? We need to put some vines up in the prehistory, which somehow are going to survive 15 million years and be present in the Middle Ages. Which makes no sense, but okay. So. Don't have a rusted blade, but keep that in mind. Friend in the Millennia Wood. Might be able to help. Okay, we need lumber. Two such stones are enshrined together in this village's sanctuary. Divine power merged to form a gem of greater power. Alright. Well, I don't have the other gem. Alright, so... Alright, got the lumber. Have to go put the vines up. Come on. But, I mean, if the first ladder rotted away, then what's to say the other one won't? It's 15 million years, for goodness sake. 16 million... 60 million years. Surely a vine ladder would rot away. Hello, Evo. Unless, like, the stone kind of forms over the vines, and then it becomes like some sort of hardened, fossilized vine. Wait, why are you using fire? Alright. That's... Okay, so we have okay, we put the vines, we've put the lumber. Got the hammer. I think we'll need that as well. So let's go back to the Middle Ages, back to the future. This is quite a long, involved side quest, which I'm happy with, because the other ones are really simple. Just go in a cave and kill a monster. This is a plot hole, though. Like, that... whole mountain cave disappears in 12,000 BC, but then reappears in 600 AD. That's surely a plot hole. There's no... If it disappeared in 12,000 BC, then... the continent shouldn't have come back. Oh well. Worldwide flooding. Oh, so you mean the water levels rose, so the cave still existed, but underwater? I suppose that makes sense, except for the fact that the inhabitants stayed there the whole time. Death Peak should always be above water level. Yeah, I mean, the land itself could have gone underwater, but the... Wait, what's the reason again for the flooding? Because so in 12,000 BC, the big floating continent crashed down to the ground, caused a huge tidal wave. But why would that cause the water levels to rise? That would cause a splash. But it shouldn't cause the water levels to rise, surely. I mean, the amount of volume it would displace is not that much. Not enough to increase the water levels of the entire planet. Unless it heated the water, which would cause the water to expand and would cause the water levels to rise. The same reason global warming causes the water levels to rise, I suppose, but I don't know. think the real explanation here is that they're not quite following the Back to the Future rule set for time travel. I think in some cases, some events happen which cause the timeline to branch off, but not converge. Meteor extinction theory in regards to our dinosaurs. Yeah, well, the meteor extinction theory is that the shockwaves... Global freezing and flooding. Well, I don't see where the flooding comes from. That's what my confusion is. And it was instant, not over the period of millions of years. Yeah, fantasy logic. I mean, yeah, that's the real answer. But it's interesting to think about it. I think the real explanation here is that they're not actually following the correct logic here. So I think at the point that antiquity, when all the continents got destroyed, this actually branched off, kind of. Even though some events still affect the future, I think this is kind of just a divergent point on the timeline. And at this point, antiquity no longer affects the future. The Middle Ages and the prehistory are connected. Like, all the same locations still exist in the Middle Ages that were found in the prehistory. But antiquity is just kind of, because Lavos' magic or whatever, caused an anomaly which is just diverged from the timeline. A lot of the landmass is floating in the sky. Well, not anymore, I think. Didn't it all crash down to Earth? I thought that was the point. Or was there more? Either way, there was a lot of landmass on the sea itself. Before. And then there wasn't. Sturdy rise. I don't know what was making it float. I guess magic. So... as Princess Xena said in The Simpsons, well, whenever you see something like that happen, a wizard did it. Haste Helm? I like the sound of that. Halves time between turns? Oh, yes, please. So what will I sacrifice? I'll lose 5 strength, not a big deal. Wait, who do I want it on though? Thing is, if I want them using their combos, I don't really want one to be massively faster than the others. I want them all to be kind of fast together, because then their combos will sync up. So what does their speeds look like currently? 13, 13, 12. But I don't want to... Luca has a very special helmet. I don't want her taking that. Oh no, she has that helmet. It might help to give Luca the haste then. Magus with Doom Sickle plus haste helm. I mean, that sounds really cool. I think I've already decided I'm not going to be using Magus in the party. But he does seem like a really awesome mage, though. It's just, for story reasons, I feel like this is the party I want to end up with. Ayla and Luca. And so I'm already using all my perma-stats on them. The speed, strength, and magic boosters on them. So... I should probably... Reptite Tiara magic plus 5. if I use... Yeah, I mean, by the time I acquired Magus, I had already started using stat boosters on the other parties, so it felt like it was a bit late. And nevertheless, he does seem like a good mage. Although Luca's spells are a bit better, though. But he does have better defense, certainly. Thing is, I don't have a good healer in the party. That's my worry. Isla, unless she acquires more healing spells later on, I'm going to be relying on potions a lot. So she has Kiss, lightly heal. Twin Charm. Slurp Kiss, but only with Frog. So if I had a proper healer, I would have given her the haste, because then she can keep just churning out healing as fast as possible. Here... Alright, I think I'll just give it to Luca then. That way she can get her protect spells out quickly. Protect to boost all my party's defense. That will get me an early protect on all my party. Now, I don't know whether protect also protects against magic, or is that distinctly different from barrier? I think it is, so it only protects from physical. Which for the big bosses is not actually that good, because magic is the real danger. Right, for now we'll give her the, I don't think anyone has barrier spell. Otherwise I would have used them as my mage, probably. Marl has haste, and that's quite good, but she on her own is not a good fighter. Alright, I'll give it to Luca. Or maybe just Isla, because she's not going to be using spells. She's just going to be churning out attacks. And if I halve the time for her to do base attacks, then that's basically doubling her damage. Yeah, okay, let's give it to Isla. Which is good for most non-boss enemies, and even for boss enemies that's quite good. What was it called? Oh, it was a helmet, wasn't it? Yeah, and it only decreases the defense by 1, okay. Auto haste. That combined with critical rate, that makes her a real melee powerhouse. And then Luca... just keep boosting the magic. I think I'd rather give him Vigilance Hat. Protect against status. I need at least someone to have that. Okay. This will get me through a lot of the non-boss fights quicker, which in itself is a good thing, because a lot of them are quite tedious. Let me just quickly save it. Almost reached level 50. See, their max HP is reaching the cap, I think. I think the cap is 999. No, wrong place. So I just gave that guy tools to make a bridge. I don't know where he's making the bridge, or did he make it already? Yeah, he went and made it already. Okay, so I think it's somewhere over here. Okay, first we'll go to the mountains. Nice, the haste is actually really good. I probably won't get more of those, but if I did, I'd give them to everyone. It's basically doubling their damage, at least until it wears off, but in most cases that's all that matters, that first portion of time. Okay, well the vines are still here 65 million years later, that's great. Cleaning water. So what am I doing right now? I'm climbing this mountain to fight... So I don't want to... To fight the... Alright, we'll fight the monsters on the way, might as well. Oh, I need to use... magic on them. Well, these guys are quite strong. Wow. I should have them all using spells. This is, not good. Alright, we'll just kill this one off. She got 2 attacks in before Chrono even had a chance. Alright, and then 1 fire, that should be enough. Someone's burning something. Wait, what? That wasn't enough. For a little kiss. Okay. Yeah, I hope not having a healer is not going to be a big issue. Oh, okay, these guys need fire. Using 3 fires is more MP effective than fire 2. Let's just do that. Oh, not Luca. I could use their magic, but I don't think it does as much damage. Luca is the real mage here. Oh, God. Come on, Luca. Alright. Why is Isla now got protect? Was that something else? There's no point even attacking them, just wait for Luca. So there's a save point here, but they're still pretty okay in terms of MP, so let's keep going. Rainbow Helm. Halves light damage. And I have Dark Helm as well. That's pretty good. Still on status immunity on him. Auto haste. Nah, I'll keep the magic +5. Might as well just max out the magic. Reduces physical damage by a third. That might be preferable to having the magic +5. But she's not exactly defensive against physical damage. Yeah, actually that might be better. And Nitros Nekojin. Yep, it's a blind playthrough and my first time with Chrono Trigger. Alright, so it's funny how I opened these boxes in the past and now they're closed again. These guys are pretty easy, I think. Alright, so I'm climbing this mountain to fight the Nu. I fought him 65 million years ago, and now he says he's gonna train for 65 million years so I can fight him again. I'm a bit worried. Because he's probably gonna be really powerful now. So I guess we'll see. Mermaid Helm. Let me guess, it protects against water. Alright, so the Nu is very magical, I know that, so I definitely want the Zanmato. Oh, these guys are both wearing ruby armor. That's fine, I guess. Ruby armor is actually the strongest. But then the Nu is going to use magic, so I should probably have one of them use some other vest. Alright, we'll worry about it shortly. Okay, Nitrous, yeah. That's... Yeah, I picked the DS port because it has the two screens, it kind of... Easier UI. But, I mean, it was a... Ooh. Is it gonna throw me straight into this battle? But yeah, it would have been... I would have been happy with the... Any version, really. I could have done the SNES. And I would have gone for the Steam version, actually. But I missed it when it was on sale. And I didn't really want to buy it at full price. Because it's not that cheap, really. Oh, it's going to throw me straight into battle. I didn't get time to heal. Okay. Gatling kick? Okay, that healed him, so don't use light on him. What the hell? Yikes. Alright, let's heal her. Reduces HP to 1. Now that's just cheating, come on. At least it doesn't kill them, so it's actually good when they're at low HP. Wait, I used a high... Oh no, did I use a high ether? Or did I use a high potion? Why is Island not healed at least by 500? Oh god. Alright. So we can't use light, I think, because he's healed by light. Suppose we can do something like this. See what that does. Eh. Alright, this is not going too good. Oh, I used a high ether, didn't I? Telekinesis. Is that magic or physical? I guess physical, yeah. She's protected against that. Good. Alright. So I can't use Gatling Kick because that heals him. Oh, we could try this one. Blaze Kick. Alright, let's just churn out Blaze Kicks then, I guess. See, it's waiting for... See, now Isla's not in sync with Luca, so she has to wait for her. Isla can probably get 2 attacks in, though, so do that next time. Seriously? I really have to read up how the elemental elements work, because I don't think the game ever explained it to me, but it's like some... I guess water's good against fire. That's logical. Other than that, I have no idea what the rest of the elements do against each other. He seems like he's a dark character, so... Apparently he's healed by light, or that's just a natural trait of his, I don't know. Alright, combo, combo, combo. Alright, we only want to use 2 MP so that we can actually do the other thing. Oh damn, that actually does 1 damage when you're at 1. It's Rainbow, what the heck? Oh, it's just an insta-kill. Jesus. Oh, I should have raised Isla because she has the speed. Alright, just keep churning out high potions, I guess. Alright, and now we'll switch to Luca's fire attacks, and Ida will just do melee. Or she could get some MP. I think... Actually, both of them should be doing high potions now. Power up. I healed him 2000, oh my god. Oh no, what? Okay, maybe I should just be doing physical then. I think you just have to figure out from experimentation. Okay, so magic seems to just heal him. Let's protect. Which I should have done a long time ago. Okay, I dare not use any magic on him. Let's use Frenzy. Nah, not great. He ought to get some MP. Just enough to churn out some melee attacks. What's cleave like? Triple kick? Well, that was pretty good. Keep doing that. Oh, we don't have enough MP for it. See, I'm worried about that. Will that heal him? I think if the emphasis is on the melee, not the fire, then it kind of works. I don't know. Alright, let's try Flame Kick. For God's sake. Alright, just don't use magic whatsoever. Oh, no, I don't want to bother charming. No. Okay, let's just wait. Death's Rainbow. Oh, that's just gonna kill her, okay. Can't use Thunder Chomp because that actually does... Alright, Falcon Strike, let's try this. I think we're better off just using base melee over and over again. Well, let's just go start using those flame attacks we were using before. That was actually working. What? Why don't I just go back to that? So, what was it? Okay, let's use High Ether. I'll, wait, no, I don't want Luca doing that. Hang on. One. Okay, we use High Ether on Hyla, and then Blaze Kick. What? I just healed him 2000, oh my god. But that used to harm him. I don't understand this at all. Alright, forget magic, just pure melee from now on. God. Oh, that battle made no sense. Initially I was doing damage with Blaze Kick or whatever, and then it was suddenly healing him. Unless I mean, I'm colorblind, maybe I just couldn't tell by the, maybe I didn't notice it was going green instead of white the first time around, and I was just healing him every time. That's why you should never use color to indicate things in games. I need to probably come back in the future. Alright, well, I wasted a lot of... I used a couple of high ethers, didn't I? Great. I'll get past him. Whoops. Okay. I didn't know you could go over here. Oh yeah, I did in the past, didn't I? Okay, there's nothing here. So now what? I gave something to someone to make a bridge somewhere. Don't know what that's about. So the sleeping gnu is now... just back to sleeping. Ugh. Oh, I can't actually beat them unless I have... Oh, she hasn't got MP. I don't want to waste an ether. Okay, let's just escape. Same goes with this one. What now? I guess we have to go visit the new again in the future. Okay, I'm gonna have to read his bestiary entry because I don't understand how to beat him efficiently. Alright, Evo. Take care. Lumicite. Never found any Lumicite. I need to keep in mind all these things. So, Lumicite for him. The bridge, which I'm not sure where it was built. We'll probably find out eventually. And... Nova Armor. Prevents all status ailments. Interesting. What's... I mean, it's better defense, so I want that on Chrono. That means I don't need the Vigilance hat anymore. Could put the dragon head back on. Yeah. Okay, put the dragon head back on. She has auto haste. Okay, so what now? Don't think we've finished with the new though. I think we need to go visit him again. Also, this dark cave that I don't know how to enter because it's so dark. I don't know why I can't just light a torch or something, but apparently that's not an option. Alright, let's go visit the future, see if the new's still around. I mean, this location doesn't even exist in the future, does it? The present. We didn't check out the present. What was this place again? Oh yeah, it was this. Oh, was this the place where they were all chanting? Are they still chanting now? Yeah, it was different before, wasn't it? What are they doing? Here to build the ferry. I don't remember coming here before. The chest over there. Nice. Ah. Why not? Let me just quickly check on... the arena. I don't like the arena much, but let's just try and at least beat the tier 3 battles so that we can say we've done it. Still have to do the prehistoric stone one. God. There's like six dogs in the sea fighting. They finish now. Alright, so his trust dropped. I think the key is just to boost his critical. Let's try that. Alright, so... So... just give him Feral Wrath. He didn't use the Feral Wrath. That would have tripled. Wait, this is a tier 3 battle. I'm already beating him easily. That was a critical hit. Silver Sword. Well, that's it. The arena is done. Okay. Wasn't that interesting, to be honest. Like, there's no more tiers after 3, so... And I only trained my monster like 3 times. And then he was already able to be tier 3, so... Silver Sword is not even that good. I beat him. Just wait for him to become a... If he becomes another form, I don't know. Oh, we need to check the bestiary. Couldn't they have put this in alphabetical order or something? So... New. But not that form. Why do I have this information? I've never fought Lavos. Oh, I have, technically. Ah, well this is useful to know. 30,000 HP. He has low magic defense. Oh no, that's standard magic defense. Text, Rain Destruction, Lavos Needle, Chaos Zone, Confuse. Okay, so I might want to wear the Confuse caps. Earthquake. Interesting. 30,000 HP. Okay, keep that in mind. So that was the first one. That was the master. Well, I'm not going to fight him again, am I? Charm mop. It's a mop. Absorbs. Dark. So why was my fire healing him? Don't understand. Counters. Drain health. Right, so we need to go to present. Whoa. Don't know what happens if you bump into him, but I don't want to find out. It's inaccessible. Alright. Maybe you don't meet Mew again. Anyway, we still haven't found the prehistoric stone. Let's try going back to the prehistory. Let's have a look. Rusted blade. Didn't find any rusted blade. There's a dark cavern down here. Oh yeah. What? Why can't I just light a torch or something? With one of my party members. Maybe Robo can... the built-in torch? I don't know. Alright. Well... not sure what to do about that. I mean, there's torches on the wall, can I not just take one of them? Okay, don't know what to do about that. The noob is sleeping in an awkward spot. I want to walk to the left of him, but he's sleeping, so how do I wake him up? I don't think you can. Maybe you have to wait till the future when you... Okay. I never actually checked the future. Let's check the future. Does that place still exist? Is this it? No, this is the sun shrine. Looks like it's gone. So where is Mew now? Well, what does now mean? Where do I visit Mew again? I don't think... I mean, maybe you don't. So let's think. In the 65 in the prehistory, I couldn't get into that dark cavern. Did I try the Middle Ages? Can't remember. Let's try. So these guys don't have anything. Didn't find any Lumicite. Ah. See, was that an elemental attack? Because it didn't do much damage to Luca. It must have been physical. I don't know what status that is. These torches are still lit. Couldn't someone have just placed a torch in the dark area? What is that status on Isla? Oh, that's haste. God. That took forever. Oh, it's lit up now. But now it's inaccessible. So I have to get there in the past. Apparently I can't climb this. I don't understand. I need something that lights up a room. apparently not something I have the means of doing. Alright, come on, Luca, just wipe them out. Well, I didn't kill them. It's like an entrance. Oh. Okay, so no success with that quest. Maybe I should just move on to a different quest then. Can't just keep going around in circles here. Oh no, don't use... Rept mark. Fine. Let's go fetch the rept mark. Maybe this might point us to the next stone. No idea what I'm supposed to be looking for. Stop picking on Luca. Really? How much more damage do I need to do? Let's do flamethrower on him. So I should be able to kill them now with melee attacks. Seriously? Wow, I'm so close. Only maximum 300. Okay, this is not going well. Why don't I could have just flamethrowered him, but I feel determined just to... Surely I've done more than 300. No, not probably not. Now, okay. No, him. Okay. Oh, it was just in the corner there. Okay. I think I've already searched all the other nooks and crannies. Probably that one too, it probably just appeared now. Thing is, I need... Oh, it's getting dark, so I'm gonna finish as soon as I deal with this. Let's hold on to it for now, but... I need another stone. Another prisma stone, or just another stone? We'll find out, I guess. Alright, well... I don't have any leads on where to go next. It's the cavern, I need to find lumicite, and the cavern is dark that I can't... I need to find out how to lighten it up. Oh well. We'll leave it there for now then. I think next time I'll go do a different side quest, because I'm kind of stuck on this one. Can probably go do Frog's quest. It'd be cool if a merchant came to the end of time. Alright.